Hey guys, I am back again. Um, you may actually get 3 videos out of me this week. Like, hello craziness. But this one is gonna be it's gonna be a lot shorter than yesterday's video, and it's definitely gonna be a lot shorter than my, pack with me video for camp. That one's gonna take a little bit. Yesterday's was 25 minutes long, so I'm interested to see how my packing video goes. I decided to try a different location tonight, so if the lighting looks weird, I'm using the natural light from outside. I'm in my living room right now. So that's why it's got like this weird, whatever you want to call it. And plus it's clouding up, so the lighting could change at any time. We've got some storms to the north of us, so we'll see if we can get this done. This video is actually the one that I said you guys were probably going to have to wait till August for. But I decided to go ahead. I wrote down everything last night, so I'm like, well, why not go ahead and do it? I've got some time. My blanket that I'm taking to camp is currently in the washer, so that'll come later this week. Probably Thursday, so be looking for that Thursday. I'll get that going. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into this one. This video is basically all about my Disney favorites. It's like my favorite Disney characters, my favorite Disney songs, my favorite Disney movies. So it's gonna be a very, very eclectic list of things. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my favorite characters. And, I'm going to start with probably my all-time favorite character. And then I'll just kind of go with characters from that same movie. My all-time favorite Disney character is Belle. I love Belle. She is my favorite princess. She's kind and encouraging and sweet. And I want to be so much like Belle, which is why my name is Modern Belle. I also like Chip. I think he is just the cutest little character in Beauty and the Beast. And then I kind of like the Beast himself. Prince Adam, and I use that in quotation marks because Disney's never officially said that Adam is his name. But a lot of people would call him Prince Adam. So, that's why I said Prince Adam. aka the Beast. And he's just so misunderstood, and it's just not fair. I mean, he did bad things. He turned away somebody who's in desperate need of help, and as a result, he got cursed and everything like that. But the fact that he never thought anyone was ever going to love him because of the way he looked, it's kind of sad. But it's the story of redemption, the way Belle plays into it, too. Again, there's that redemptive fact, She saved him, and he saved her, because she wanted more than that provincial life. So yeah, they saved each other, and that's why I love those characters. Next on my list is Ariel. I'm actually older than Little Mermaid, the Disney version. I'll get into that though in the movies when I talk about it. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like growing up I felt like a lot like Ariel because, I wanted everything. It's like, look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Yeah. And then to go along with Ariel, I love Flounder. I think Flounder is just the cutest thing in the world. He probably has to be one of my favorite Disney sidekicks. Well, Disney sidekicks. And yeah, I just love his character so much. Um, Next I have Aladdin. Oh, I forgot on my going back to my Little Mermaid era. Prince Eric. Prince Eric was probably one of my first animated crushes growing up. So yeah. But anyways, next it's Aladdin. Aladdin was another one of my crushes growing up. I had a lot of animated crushes growing up. Um, but I also loved Raja. I loved Raja so much that when I was in elementary school, I received a large white stuffed tiger for Christmas and named it Raja. Yeah, I named it Raja. I like tigers anyway, so Raja was gonna be a favorite one of mine. Um, Next is Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Now I'm gonna veer a little off of Disney. Um, the three I'm getting ready to talk about are more the Tim Burton characters. Well, more so two rather than Alice. Alice, I am definitely. She's one of my favorites. The original version, Lewis Carroll's and everything like that. I often compare myself to Alice. Sometimes I feel like I've fallen down the rabbit hole. And so yeah, the next two, the Cheshire Cat and the Mad Hatter, I'm okay with the Disney versions, but I prefer Tim Burton's versions of the Cheshire Cat and the Mad Hatter. There's just something about those two characters. But even in the Disney animated version, I still like the Cheshire Cat. That smile, all that mischievousness. I felt like that was me growing up too. Sometimes, it's like, what can I get away with, kind of thing. And then the Mad Hatter is just, well, he's mad. And he's a hoot. And he's just so much fun. I mean, who would not like the Mad Hatter? Then I've only got one from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I like Esmeralda. I don't know. Maybe it's because of her dark hair. I feel like I sympathize or something like that, but we both have dark hair, so there's just something about her character I really, really like. And then I like Marie and Thomas O'Malley from the Aristocats. Marie, she's just the cutest thing in the world. And I actually have a shirt that I'm taking to camp with me. And it's gray and has Marie on it. And then in glitter words it says ladies first. So I also love it. And then Thomas O'Malley, I love him too. I mean, he's just a hoot. And obviously, I like the traditional Mickey and Minnie. They're the original bad couple. I mean, who doesn't love Mickey and Minnie? I know I do. So yeah, they're just a classic group. And to go along with that, Tigger. I absolutely love Tigger. Tigger is the reason I had a cat. I lost him a few years ago, and he was an orange Maine Coon tabby, and I named him Tigger. Because growing up, when I was about 6 years old, I really liked Winnie the Pooh and all that stuff. And Tigger was one of my favorites. His hyper energy, the way he was bouncing around, and, I was bouncing off the balls. I always had so much energy. So I'm like, well, what a better name for a cat that I found than Tigger. So Tigger always holds a special spot for me. I like Mulan. Mulan, she's just a powerhouse. I mean, she's brave and inspirational, and she was willing to do anything for her family. The next three are from the same movie. It's from Peter Pan. So Peter Pan, Wendy, and Tinkerbell. Peter Pan, well, Peter Pan. There's not really any explanation as to why he's one of my favorites. Wendy, she was willing to go the distance to save Michael and John from Captain Hook. And then Tinkerbell, she's like the best Disney fairy. Well, unless you're talking Once Upon a Time, and then it's Blue Fairy. But we'll just go Disney. We'll just go Disney animated here. It's Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is the best. Okay. So now I talk about my favorite characters. I want to talk about my favorite movies, and I actually don't have these written down. But my favorite movies, Beauty and the Beast, obviously, both animated and live version. Emma Watson did a fantastic job of bringing Belle to life, and Dan Green? No, can't remember the actor's name, but Dan something did a fantastic job of bringing the Beast to life. But like I said, it's like one of my all-time favorite movies. And then the Aristocats. Growing up, I had the song Everybody Wants to Be a Cat in my head all the time. Everybody wants to be a cat, 'cause the cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. Yeah, you know, who didn't want to act like a cat and go along with Thomas O'Malley and meet the Scat Cats? I mean, it was awesome. And trying to think. I like Little Mermaid. It's probably up there on my favorites list. Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, yeah. I could go into some of the newer Disney movies, like Avalon High was a Disney DCOM on the Disney Channel, and that came out in 2010. I really like that. I'm sorry, gotta tilt it down here. I like Descendants and Descendants 2. I like Zombies. That was a good DCOM. That was a really good DCOM. So if I went with that, I could introduce those two. Pirates of the Caribbean is technically Disney, so I like Pirates of the Caribbean. So yeah. If you hear weird noises, it's now officially raining and storming, so I'll be very quick with this last bit. And the last bit I want to talk about is my favorite Disney songs. And so, Beauty and the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, which is the Tale as Old as Time. That one, while they're dancing. I also like Belle, which is the song at the very beginning of the movie. And, you know, she's walking through town singing, and, you know, every morning's just the same as every day just the same as the morning that we came to this poor provincial town. And then Be Our Guest. I absolutely love that one. I have every intention of having that on my reception playlist when I get married. So, future husband, Be Our Guest is going to be on our playlist. And then from the live action Beauty and the Beast, Evermore. This is the song that the Beast sings when he lets Belle go. There's just something so amazing about the song, and the fact that the beginning of that song is the opening, like, musical sequence to the movie is fantastic. It has to be one of my favorite songs, and the way the actor sings it is just, there's so much emotion to it, and it's one of my favorite songs. I love Evermore. I talked about it previously with my favorite movies, but Everybody Wants to Be a Cat from the Aristocats. It's one of my favorites. Kiss the Girl from Little Mermaid. Sebastian singing, there you see her, sitting there across the way. There's just something about that song that's just really cool. I like it. Friend Like Me from Aladdin, it's when they are in the cave and Aladdin finally sees the genie, and Genie starts singing, Mr. Aladdin, sir, have a wish or two or three. Yeah, you know, a friend like me. Ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. Ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. Ain't never had a friend like me. Yeah, as you can tell, I like the song. What else is on here? This is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas. It is so random, but I just, there's something about the song. Maybe it's the beat. I don't know. Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see. This our town of Halloween. Yeah, there's just something really cool about it. Then Be Prepared from The Lion King. This is Scar's song. There's something about that song. This is the second song on my list, and the last one I'll mention is another villain song. And actually, I've got a couple more to add from the Disney DComs. But Be Prepared. There's just something about that song. Maybe it's the atmosphere of the scene, or the way it's being sung, or something, but I just enjoy it thoroughly. To go along with that, from Hunchback of Notre Dame, the only song I like from Hunchback of Notre Dame is Hellfire. And, again, I don't know why. There's just something to it. Maybe it's the environment in which it's being done, he's so conflicted over his feelings with Esmeralda, but being a priest, or, his mind is just not understanding all of this, and so he's singing about the hellfires, and, eventually at one point, while singing, he sees her dancing in the flames, and that whole scene is just so interesting. And sorry it got dark. This storm just knocked out our power for 5 seconds. So I'm going to wrap this up. Because I officially now have no internet. So it's going to be uploaded late. So, I will quickly mention my DCOM favorites. From Descendants, I like, Ridiculous and Set It Off. From Descendants 2, I like, Ways to Be Wicked. And, You and Me, which is the last song at the very end of the movie. From Zombies, I like Someday, and I like Bam. And then, Fired Up, I like those. So yeah, but I'm going to go ahead and end this before anything else happens, because I've got a feeling if we lost Power once already, we're going to lose it again. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope that it is blessed, and remember that you are awesome. Bye, guys.